some outrageous conversations.
I know a few alleged drug dealers.
This is not a drug conversation.
And I'm not.
This was.
No, but this is no drug slender will be accepted.
Do not come play snitch here on the show. Disclaimer: I don't know anything about drugs. I don't know any drug dealers. I just want to talk about witchcraft.
Let's get to the real thing. The Morning Mix on Informanté Radio. The sound for a new age.
Sit by die joint, chill ek met 'n six-pack. Ek kry 'n call, aan 'n number, ek vra wie's dit. Hy sê, moenie worry oor wie's dit wat praat nie. Al wat jy moet weet is die game is flippend tragies. Ek sê, wag 'n bietjie, wag, wat meen jy tragies? Ek hoor nuwe snitte wat drop op die draadloos. Ek sien nuwe ouens wat nou in die straat loop. Hy onderbreek my, vra my, is jy seker? Ek so seker soos die suiker in my beker. Ek sê, wag 'n bietjie, hoekom klink jy net 'n aansteker? Wag 'n bietjie, hoekom klink jy net 'n draadsitter? Vlieg uit die land vir 'n check. Druk 'n paar knoppies op my hek. Net te watch, geen chain om my nek. Maar die sente in my bank sê vir check. Hou jou back. Boetie, jy gaan lang wag. Doen iets groot, boetie. Trek my aandag, soos ek is in die jol op 'n maandag. Boetie, jy gaan lang wag. Boetie, jy gaan lang wag. Doen iets groot, boetie. Trek my aandag, soos ek is in die jol op 'n maandag. Boetie, jy gaan lang wag. Op die huidige oomblik, niemand kan so rap die klits, rym is ongelooflik. Hulle sê dit is onmoontlik, kastig kan nie wees, nie glo my, ek is oorspronklik. Want ek doen dit gewoonlik, julle is nog studente, hoe julle boeke moet julle oortrek. Ek is onafhanklik, 1, 2, 3, ek laat lyk die ding maklik. Jy sien my nou hier en dan is ek weg. Hulle het altyd gesê, die wamboe is sleg. Plus ek boor die wolken ver in die lug. Ek sit in eerste klas, bra. Die wamboe het geen baas, bra. Soek vir my makke afspraak. Want julle hou van geselskap. Bly stil, maak jou geldskap. En ek hoop jy kan tel op. Groot geraak op meelpap. Primêre skool in die 90's was het geelpap. Jesus, bra, dit was veel pap. Nou woon ek met ministers in een straat. Van Boeseen, help van die gemeenskap. Boetie, jy gaan lang wag. Doen iets groot, boetie. Trek my aandag, soos ek is in die jol op 'n maandag. Boetie, jy gaan lang wag. Boetie, jy gaan lang wag. Doen iets groot, boetie. Trek my aandag, soos ek is in die jol op 'n maandag. Boetie, jy gaan lang wag. Doen iets groot, boetie. Trek my aandag. Step. Ek dink laat gaan. Maar anyways, vir dies wat gedink het, ek sal dit nie kan doen nie. Ek weet nie wie julle is, die hoor. Okay, ja. Ek los julle vir 9 jaar hierson. Ek los julle vir 9 jaar. Ek kom terug en ek gaan fokkel aan die hoor. Dis skoon akkies. Boetie, jy gaan lang wag. Doen iets groot, boetie. Trek my aandag, soos ek is in die jol op 'n maandag. Boetie, jy gaan lang wag. Boetie, jy gaan lang wag. Doen iets groot, boetie. Trek my aandag, soos ek is in die jol op 'n maandag.
Doen iets groot, boetie, trek my aandag. That the Wambusia now with Langbach, apparently the boy is back.
I ran into him about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
There at Tatekulu.
Oh, but yeah, it's a special barber shop.
Yeah, at the barber shop. No, it's shortly after we got paid.
Ah.
It makes sense, eh?
Mm.
Yeah.
Stated, man.
So I ran into Wambusian there, and the guy's Afrikaans is like up there.
Nee, Wambu praat beter Afrikaans as jy.
Nee,
En jy praat
definitief.
Afrikaans.
As jy sy Afrikaans hoor.
Ja.
And you say he grew up at the coast?
Yes.
Walvish Bay, Swakop.
School in Swakop.
He went to school at Swakopmund. Quite a talent, eh?
I think him and Maria were at the same school.
Ne?
Yeah.
Aha.
It's kan bietjie kom poke as
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Vambusien.
Yeah. Good morning. Welcome to the morning mix, guys. About 21 minutes past 8. As Dinsdagoggend. When we went to sleep last night, I think we had 495 confirmed cases, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure what the number stands at this morning. I'm, of course, talking about the corona numbers in Namibia.
Yes.
Still spiraling out of control in the coast. I think we haven't reached the peak infection rate yet, so it's going to keep climbing. When was it that we had like 70 cases? We reported like 70 cases in one day.
Yeah. It was within this week.
Yes.
I think in the last 7 days.
Is malgeit. Is it malgeit of malageit?
Malagheid.
Okay.
Yeah, craziness. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is.
My Afrikaans is also not bad.
But it's like, I think nobody could put it better in the studio this morning than Shines.
That is
It was very, very, very funny.
It's true. It's true. Like when the virus was just breaking out.
Shines was saying, and he was relaying it here, and I think all of us went through these emotions. I think when we were on 7 cases, this is what Shines says, when we were on 7 cases, like, hey, we're on 7 cases.
Bro, we reported 2 new cases.
Hey,
we are on 7 now.
We reported 2 new cases. We are on 9 now. Now we're close to 500. We're like,
I guess I'll move. Corona don't scare me now, man.
No, man.
Yeah, but like this is the time that we need to be more careful, guys. We can't reiterate that enough. More than anything else, now we know that the virus is among us.
The president obviously had his briefing yesterday about the status of lockdown. And it was basically confirmed again that the Irongo region stays put.
They stay where they are.
Yeah.
And that's going to hold until the 3rd of August.
Yeah.
On Agaba's birthday, you guys will be released. Maybe.
When is Agaba's birthday?
August the 3rd.
It is August.
The 3rd.
Is it the 3rd?
That's what he said.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but my president, I love that guy. And he goes, you will do what?
No, finish.
Yeah, so he goes like, they will be in lockdown until August the 3rd. It's my birthday. I actually did not want to talk about my birthday, but it's my birthday. Yeah, so that's interesting. But I think it's something that we all saw coming with the way things look in those local authority areas of Walvis, Swakop, and Arandas. It's kind of difficult to see us allowing travel in and out of those areas, free movement, especially with the way things are looking. Good morning, Maria. Goeiemorgen.
Good morning. What?
Why are you being such a sweetheart this morning? What happened last night?
What do you I'm always a sweetheart.
Ooh, I've got so many questions.
No.
Really, I'm always a sweetheart.
No.
Don't.
No. I got some.
Neville, how could you?
I didn't say anything. I mean, just I got some food. I got some
Condiments.
Yeah, whatever.
What are condiments anyway?
I don't know. You came up with that very high Cambridge word.
What you put in your food?
Condiments.
Yeah, like mayonnaise.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Thank you, Maria.
Okay. Now I learned a new word now.
Neville Hanalio School. All right, guys.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really much to be said as far as the president's address yesterday.
Oh, sir. I mean, no, not the actual address. Apart from the fact that the three local authorities are going to remain.
Yeah.
But they're going to have stricter controls. So there's not much there. I think the biggest news yesterday was the 73 cases that were reported, which is the highest number in one day. But these are also, we need to remember that it is a backlog of cases.
Yeah.
It's not like with people that
Look,
were tested
there are a lot more people who are infected at the moment. They should just all get to the testing facilities so we can confirm their cases.
No, not even that. Like there's a lot of tests that are currently being run and that have not been concluded. So, I think, there's nothing more else to say. I think the weekend there was between, is it Saturday and Sunday or Friday and Sunday, I need to be clear, there was, 62 cases altogether. And then obviously yesterday, 73. So
that number is becoming scarier and scarier. I think if I remember correctly, the president said over the last 7 days we've recorded like over 300 cases.
Yeah. We're basically in the 500 mark.
Yeah.
So
by the end of this week, definitely.
Like right now.
We're at 400.
Are we not at 499 now?
485, I think. Apparently, that's one of the comments that came in here. But that means by the end of the day, we will already have hit 500.
Yeah.
We'll have exceeded 500.
Yeah. Definitely.
So that's.
So we're talking about Arandas, Swakopmund, Walfish Bay.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
Local authorities.
I think even because during the past couple of weeks, people have been it was the same situation here when people were not supposed to travel.
Yeah.
People were taking advantage of those travel permits that were being issued. So I think the government has also figured out that they need a bit more tighter control with those permits. So I think travel is going to be restricted even more, especially in and out of those three local authorities. So we'll see how we go. But the one thing that we must all remember is this cluster, this infection chain or whatever, started while we were in lockdown. It's just spiraling out of control now, but it did not start now. It started while all of us were in lockdown.
Yeah.
So was it not that guy that left quarantine?
I think I think that was
the truck driver.
The truck driver.
I think that's where it started. Yeah.
Because he went into the community.
Yes, and if nothing else, that should be a lesson to the rest of us around the country. Yeah. Right.
That's it. Enough of Corona now.
Gaan. Some more coronavirus news. I'm just trying to poke at
I
you.
know.
I want to check out. There's a lot of interesting things that are happening around the country again. So for once this morning, we're gonna just skim through one of the local dailies. This is an interesting one from yesterday. I also saw Shines was irritating me with the messages that kept coming into my WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Shines was actually Eba.
So Eba, it was you.
Yeah, it was Eba.
Man. As Informanté breaking news is just Esau said this, Esau said that. But anyway, if you don't know, former fisheries minister Bernard Esau was in court yesterday. He is willing to trade his material wealth for freedom after nearly 8 months in incarceration over the fish rod bribery scandal. Just a little bit of an insert before we pick this one apart. The disgraced former minister Bernard Esau yesterday denied that either he or his son-in-law, Tamsin Hatuikalipi, had in any way benefited from the fish rod bribery scandal, saying all his assets, including a 15 million Namibian dollar farm, on which he still owes about 200,000 Namibian dollars, was bought from the lawful proceeds of his political career. Esau further told the court that he was totally unaware that some local lawyers' trust accounts were being used to move around large amounts of money from Fishco. Right?
They give a rundown there of his movable assets. What are we talking about?
Esau's assets, yes. He offered about 23 million Namibian dollars assets for, I guess it's collateral or guarantee. I don't know what they call it in these terms.
It's a bond.
Yeah.
It's the two properties. I don't think he's talking about all assets, but he specifically spoke about the Hockland Park home and the farm.
There's What is MF? MF tractor? I can John Deere and
okay.
But anyway, that's worth about 20,000 Namibian dollars. Toyota Bucky worth 100,000.
Okay, that MF tractor is not Samuel L. Jackson's tractor.
Oh. Jane. Yeah.
That one went over my head.
Toyota Bucky. Just focus on the initials. Toyota Bucky for $100,000. VW Volkswagen. VW Amarok Bucky for $250,000. Small and large livestock about $500,000. A Mercedes-Benz worth about $200,000, and an Isuzu Bucky worth about $40,000. That's the ones that they have here. As I think those are movable assets. Yeah. Immovable Hoogland Park home. It's fully paid off. It's about 3 million Namibian dollars, and it's Gobaba's farm. Owes the bank about 200,000, but the farm is worth 15 million. Those are the assets that they listed here. But I don't get so. From my understanding, he was offering up these assets because he needs to come help his family, because his family is struggling because there's
destitute at the moment. Yeah. That's what he's saying.
There's a lot of information that came out of court. Firstly, he says that his family is unemployed, that they're practically starving, and they have to depend on handouts by relatives. So that's the first thing. Esau is a father of 3. He spoke about his young daughter being, or youngest daughter. She's not young, but she's the youngest of the 3. Being wheelchair bound, and he's saying that he can't, they can't keep up with the medical aid, and he also has health issues. He basically spoke about lack of dignity for him and his child. He spoke about that he's willing to pay 50,000 bail, but that he's also willing, like, to have his assets as bond, which are valued at 23 million, to secure his freedom until trial, to, I guess, take care of his family, which I don't understand, because he is 62. Yeah. So he's a pensioner and practically unemployable. So I don't really know
what is he gonna do.
He spoke about the farm and how he hasn't paid his workers in 6 months. He spoke about how his cattle have been stolen. He spoke about his son-in-law Fiti being a good businessman, and that he was already wealthy when he married his daughter. I think he said in 2011, and that he's been a good husband to his daughter. He spoke well of James Hatuikulipi. He said when he hired him as chairperson, it's because he was MD of Investec, and it was well managed, and that's why he brought it in, and that he still kind of, I don't know if he used the word proud, but there was a word that he used, like he was satisfied with his performance, but that also that he had no control over the board, and that those decisions were not his to make, and that those decisions were not run by him. And then, of course, he spoke about the fact that he's 62, he's not a flight risk. I mean, I will not comment on the fact that this is the same guy that was one there, one.
Yes.
I'm not going to go there.
Yeah.
I think he was 60 at the time, just by the way. But yes, no, actually, he was 61. Oof. Anyway, so some of these are some of the things are coming out. Of course, for anybody that's listening in, there's a lot of unanswered questions, like how a family can be starving with 23 million worth of assets. And what does starving look like to a family?
Exactly.
That is loaded.
You got $500,000, $500,000 worth of livestock.
And if you really want to care for your families, and they're not better to stay in prison and wait for trial instead of putting your properties up as collateral to secure bond.
Because now you can't liquidate any of that property when you come out.
Basically the state
you have no more income.
Yes.
How are you
even sell a car now.
How are you going to come support the family when you come out?
Yeah.
I wonder, so the minister has been he's been dismissed, I believe.
Dismissed?
He's been fired.
Oh.
Ne? Smos no so.
Find a job up.
Yes.
I'm not sure. Actually,
Yeah.
I can't speak to it one way or the other.
The minister has been fired.
Dismissed from his
his job.
No, he wasn't fired.
Then what was it?
He resigned.
He resigned. Okay.
Like he resigned.
Okay. Okay. He resigned. So I believe there's a pension payout.
Yeah.
He is eligible for a pension.
There are other payments, yeah.
Yeah. So those, I mean, he's been working for government for well over 20 years. So
30 years. He not started from
Yeah.
the time the country could gain independence.
yeah, exactly. So in terms of his pension, he should be having at least leverage to take care of his family with his pension payout.
But he doesn't need to be out of prison for them to access that money.
Yeah, but no, you're right. But all I'm just saying is that, you know what, if the pension money is there, what seems to be the challenge in taking care of your family?
Yeah.
I can't sit here and be and obviously compare my household to his household. I'm just generalizing at the moment because if you have a pension payout of over 30 years or 30 years, 25 years plus, it should be able to should have sustained you or your family for the last 6-7 months.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the family's
Dynamics
are.
Yeah.
Like how they're living right now. But it does seem just like, it does, for me as an outsider, like listening to that, it just seems like people that want to maintain a lifestyle that is no longer feasible.
Yes.
Because you're under you still want to operate under this illusion that people are going to walk out of prison anytime and like they're going to go back and it's going to be normal life.
It's going to be business as usual.
At some point you have to realize, and this goes for everybody in prison and their families outside, that it's not business as usual.
Yeah.
That life is never going to be the same. That even if by some huge chance that they were to walk away from all of this, like reputations have been so deeply affected that life will never ever be the same.
Yeah.
So at some point you have to say, how do we cut back? How do we downsize? Do we still need a farm that's valued at 15 million?
Verkoop.
Yes, if you need to sell
some of the livestock.
cattle, some of the livestock, like there are really ways around it, and it's like it's almost a very, I don't want to say selfish, but that's really lack of a better word. It's very entitled. It's very selfish because what about the fishermen that lost their jobs, that aren't able to feed their family, that don't have access to medical aid, just by the way, which you seem to think is infringing on your human dignity. But like, what about the 70% of Namibians that are not on medical aid and still don't have access to health care? It's that illusion and entitlement that I'm seeing a lot of.
But I'm starting to think that I think these guys are just throwing things at the wall to see what sticks.
It's starting to sound like this.
Yeah.
But
I mean, even I don't know how much time before they were arrested, how much time the former minister actually spent on his farm. I mean, now he's saying the workers have not been paid, livestock is being stolen. I'm sure he didn't spend like every day of the week on the farm, even before that. So, I mean, livestock is getting stolen on my farm, and I'm not in prison. So, some of those things, it just feels like they're throwing things at the wall to see, okay, what is going to garner me some sympathy, what's going to stick, and then we can ride that one.
Using that whole unemployed wheelchair. I mean, I know it's a fact that you have a wheelchair bound, but the fact that like that has to come out in public records, and that your family is unemployed. It's like you're trying to garner sympathy. And just by the way, I did the maths on the farm. From, I think he purchased in 2002.
2002, yeah.
Valued at 15. He only has 200 left. I'm not even going to put transfer cost. I'm not going to put interest rates because those whatever. That is at least 75K a month.
That he had to put into that farm.
Yeah. I think minimum, because like I said, there's obviously the interest.
Yes.
It's like, as a minister, I know you're not, but he's not a businessman. He says he only has a house, and he's a farmer.
And a farm.
And
Maria,
a house.
hallo, asseblief. This calculator thinks you are busy with.
Yeah, no,
Stop this
The
nonsense.
things have to make sense.
Okay.
If you're not a businessman, you have no other income coming from anywhere else. Now you have a farm, and yes, you get some income from there. But how did you then buy the house?
Exactly.
And how were you
Yeah.
able to pay it off so quickly to be left with 200? If this is what you're saying, 200,000. Where did the money come from?
I wish I had 200,000 left on my current
Yeah, right.
bond of my house. Korwatch.
Yes, from 2002,
Oh.
and it was 15 million.
So you needed. No. I think no. Okay, let me step in there for Esau, for Tate Esau. A farm in 2002 didn't cost him 15 million.
So it's valued
It's
at
the
15.
value of the farm.
Okay, so what would it
So I think he probably bought the farm back then. Let's say roughly around 2 million.
Yeah, between 2 and 5. Let's say
Between 2 and 5 million. So in terms of, the renovations that he probably did over the years, the fencing, the pool.
It's not a cheap exercise.
Yeah, it's not a
owning
cheap
a farm,
exercise.
yeah.
Yeah. So there, I think that probably would explain it. It's just what I'm thinking now in hindsight.
No, but he said in court. He explained that he bought his farm in 2002 for 15 million.
That's Mosamasiba plus that.
Nah, man.
15 million. That's why I had to go back to
15 million in 2002 must have been like
Yo.
almost a Rindy-sized farm.
You know what, Maria? If that is what he said, then I guess
that's
that's
why I
it.
had to go back. This
Because
is what he said.
the average prices of farms back then, well-sized farms, I'm talking about 7 to 10,000 hectare farms. People paid about 2, 3, 4 million for these farms.
Yes.
So, and in value now, if I do speak to guys who own farms, that's roughly more or less what their farms are worth now. So,
So
Yeah.
now if he bought the farm for 15 million, then it must be worth like maybe a good 20, 30.
It could be 20,
million
but then
by
his
now.
house is 3. The Hockland Park.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Hockland Park he also bought it for 3. I don't know what its value is now.
Yeah.
Maybe they haven't done an evaluation on it. So they're just going off of what they bought the assets. I'm not clear, but I had to.
Yeah.
When you said it, I had to go back to the notes,
Yeah.
and it's that he bought it in 2002 for 15 million is what I understand. That's why I remember that I had to do those maths for myself. From 2002 to only owe 200,000 on a farm now means at least, and I'm not counting interest, it means at least 75,000 a month, not less than that. But it's like, I know, like, that's generally the salary of a minister, around that.
yeah.
So it's like,
So your yellow salaris.
so for me,
net
it's
that.
just instantly like red flags are going up because it's like financially it doesn't make sense.
You see, that's why Agaba wants.
Jalurs.
That's why Agaba wants our politicians to declare their
Declare.
assets.
Yeah.
We must know with
Yeah.
the money you're making and the things that you are sitting with.
Yeah.
Is the
correlation
there of something fishy? Now, if
I need to do a little.
a lifestyle audit,
I need to do a lifestyle audit on myself here. Just see.
I don't earn enough money for the things I own.
You can let the mentor say you've told enough jokes.
Yeah.
I'm performing every other weekend.
It's like it's like my son was asking me the other day. He said, Daddy, my friends are asking me because kids,
Yeah.
the guys come home and they see the
Chrysler.
Park. They obviously they mistake the Chrysler for a Bentley.
Yeah.
Looks like a Bentley. So say, Joe Payo, where did he get this money to buy this car? I say, hey, tell that boy it's not a Bentley. It's just a Chrysler. And that is funny money.
Yeah. Funny money.
It's funny money. That car was bought with funny money. That's it.
But by the way, do you think? I mean, the judge ruled that the former minister would not be compelled to take the stand.
It's not a judge.
It's
a magistrate.
Magistrate.
Ay, toch.
No, they're not in the High Court. So
they're not in the High Court.
No, they're the magistrate.
Thought this case was in the High
We
Court.
call them all judge. There's only one.
Oh, but make it easier. Just say presiding officer.
In Shihero, there's only one word. Yeah, it's judge.
Judge, or judge.
In any case, he ruled that the former minister would not be compelled to take the stand and be cross-examined on his affidavit, which reading the affidavit or hearing what his case was would have probably been disastrous.
Yeah, I just think his lawyers, which is Richard Metcalf, I think he made a solid case about why he doesn't need to take a stand.
Yeah.
Because even his affidavit was read in court. He didn't do it himself. So perhaps that's where they are.
Hello, never. Person, asableef.
Sorry.
So, yeah, so I don't know what happened. I think it happened in chambers because there was a break.
Yeah.
And then only after the break.
Sorry.
Mute the phone.
Yeah, I'm trying to mute it.
Anyway, but today we're going to hear Fitties or Thompson, whatever you prefer to call him. I mean, most people know him by Fitty. I think he's going to give his arguments today. But just seeing how these guys have been operating, I can make my own predictions. We're going to hear that he's a father of two, that his kids can't take, his family's unemployed and on the verge of starvation, and that he needs to go out and help his family.
With more fish road money.
I mean, he has to declare how much his assets are, I guess, if he wants to also change them, leverage them in. But I think this is a lot of what we're going to be hearing as well on Fitty's side, that he's going to plead innocence, and that he's a legitimate businessman. Has been. I personally don't know.
These guys,
where his office is.
They're all pleading not guilty. It seems, right?
Yeah, no, that's what they're saying. They're all going to plead not guilty. But there was something else about Esa that came out very strongly that we need to. He said he would make a good witness.
Pimper.
But I said that none of me or my co-accused had anything to do with any of this.
No, he didn't say that. He said,
good point.
I appointed based on merits.
Yeah.
But I was not in control of what then happened, like if there's money transfers, because I had no control over the board. The board was not answerable to me in that way. You understand?
Yes.
So he hasn't exactly painted them. He just said that's a decision he made. It came from. He did it from a good standpoint. That there was a good track record with James running Investec well, and that he trusted this would be a person for the job, but that he has no control over what the board does. And that's why he would be a good witness.
I don't think he would be a good witness.
Of course he wouldn't.
Yes.
He's one of the central figures. How can he be?
Of course.
Poor man.
Let's read some comments. Let's see what you guys have to say. Bradley Kobe said, who said Neville? Come on, it's not a Bentley, it's just a Chrysler. Yeah, ne.
Yeah, it really sounded ridiculous when you said it.
Never.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Really. Sorry for sounding ridiculous.
It's not
it's not a Lambo, it's just a Ferrari.
It's just a Ferrari.
Come on. a Bentley compared to a Chrysler is a streetwise two combo.
Yeah.
Please.
But compare it to my Audi, then we are in different leagues.
It's still a good car. Audi is a good car.
I'd say Kate Williams. The worst part is the car looks like a Bentley until a Bentley pulls up.
That's what he said. A Bentley looks like a Bentley.
A Chrysler looks
like until a Bentley pulls up.
Oh gosh.
Come on, never let's die an apple.
Iemand vra is dit 'n Wambo appel.
Rather eat apple than use one as a phone.
That never. And the videos of the bribes he was recorded, Robert Kintipo asking,
Hey,
Robert, you're innocent. Explain the video. What were you doing in the video?
Hey, Robert, lost the top 8.
These things are going to be very interesting when it comes to trial. Helvi Mwadina Hamwele. He could not have bought a farm for 15 million in 2002. No ways. Somebody's cooking the books. Cooking. Liva Iskia.
Oh, sorry. Or maybe you actually have a point and it was just either misinterpreted or...
I think it was misinterpreted.
Yeah, that the value is 15.
Yeah.
And not that the
not the price that he bought it for, yeah. Liva Iskia. Believe me, he is getting advice from the prisoners and his lawyers. Look for sympathy from the law so that he can get paid.
That's my advice.
Yeah.
Brother, Lester. Jita. Come and say. We've been here now for 20 years. Come and say, Joe.
Nee, my bro, jou planne die gaan werk. Jy staan nou nog hier. Yeah, these are just intelligent tactics. They will come up with other ways to get out of jail again. Last option will be a jailbreak.
No?
Or they'll just disappear from jail. This is Namibia where government planned before the people. Remember, this case is big. Harold Kisting. Hoekom kan die hof nie die plas aan behoeftigdes deel nie? Wat is behoeftig?
The less fortunate.
Well, yeah, we can make it into one of those resettlement farms, and then you can put people on there that can go mess it up even further.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gombo West. Is it the weer julle swart mense daar nog 'n plaas in sy tuin in. We can't do that.
Yeah, no, we need to figure out another way to deal with this issue.
We can't give the farm to you people.
Simon Amushira, now my information will be on Facebook, Mr. Speaker. Wait, what information did you put in? Amelda Theron, just think how many families can stay on that farm. Hey, I also plan area. Yeah, maybe it's also a relocation farm from Asino Gambikiti. Baso Iso, Harold Kisting. Hulle moet al sy vee steel.
Steel.
Oh yeah, steel. Yes.
Jou Afrikaans is swak.
Want dit kom nie Namibiërs toe nie. Nee, maar wanneer las ek het in primairskool las Afrikaans goed gelees mee, ou. Ruben Letsejo Gurira. The bail hearings at first were done in a group, but now it's like 2 at a time, right? The boss boy will apply for his alone. I said, spill the beans. The boss boy is who? Saki. By the way, Saki must have woken up yesterday thinking, why can't these people just leave me alone? Now they're digging up websites from 2000 and what also?
Oh my God, I saw a meme on Twitter that absolutely... No, it killed me, guys. I had to take a screenshot. I was going to share it on the group, and it was just too funny. But look at this. There's you know that Nigerian short actor that looks like a child? There's a meme of him sitting on the couch, like really pondering. And the caption says, 6-year-old Saki trying to figure out where his dad hid the offering basket. He buys Maza Bishop.
Jealous earth.
Maria Ben, I'm starting to see just how entitled Esau thinks he is.
Sadly, not just him.
Ja, Bobo van Wyk, die man vat die hele land om reg. That's how I felt like yesterday. I felt like I was being taken for a ride listening to some of the stuff that they were saying. Anyway, Jacob Naftal, but they have enough money to pay legal costs. And 50,000 in bail. 50,000 can feed my family for the rest of the year. I'm
also just wondering, like, there is something I need clarity on. It's like, why didn't he sell some of the assets, like the cars? Is it not? Are they not allowed to? I mean, if like, for example, Esau is saying a lot of his properties that he purchased
legally.
legally or before the fish rot. Like we're talking about 2002. Like fish rot started around 2014 around there.
15, yeah.
So can he not sell some of these properties? Is it not allowed? I mean, is his accounts frozen? I mean, I don't know. It's not clear at this point.
Bro, that's how my people have survived for generations.
Yes, and it's got $500,000 worth of...
They sent me to school.
Yeah, it's got $500,000 worth of cattle.
Okay, next story, asseblief.
Is he no moeg for?
Yeah, nee,
No,
is
but
no
it's a
moeg vir
question here.
Esau.
Somebody said about when is Sisa's books.
Yeah, we're waiting for that.
Yeah, it's coming in 17 days.
17 days.
17 days.
Cool.
Later this month, we will be finding out what the court is going to say, whether or not Sisa will be compelled to open his books.
My son sent me a WhatsApp about 2 weeks ago. He sends it on the family group about Sisa Namanje's cars, allegedly. So he sends me, Daddy, this is how many cars this guy has. A Q7 what valued at 1.5 million paid off. Audi what valued at 2. What
Maar hoe ken die
paid
mense die
off.
stories?
Nee, die goed loop die hele wêreld vol.
Yeah, but not everything that
And it's like
going around.
everything is just Audi. There's like a WhatsApp with about 5 Audis, all paid off.
I remember when
I don't think people have access
I-
to that type of information.
I think
like
that-
what is paid off, what isn't paid off. No,
It's-
I'm saying
some
you
of
can
it is
assume.
speculation.
No, I say you can assume.
Ons ken groot winkel.
Neville, Maria,
Moenie J kom
we
besluit hierso wat
we
ken ons
managed to
wat
take
ken
a
ons.
look at James's payslip. Anything is possible.
If it's a legitimate one. If it's a legitimate one.
If
yeah.
it's legitimate, yes.
Yeah.
It could of course be fake news, ma. For the purposes of this discussion, let's assume it's true.
Yeah.
What was it? I actually didn't say it. What was it?
I think 160.
So where did the million come from?
The 1.1. That was also one of those things.
This is what I'm trying to
was
say. Like, but there was
incentives.
so much conviction on.
No, that's the other money that doesn't come from HR.
No, but it's an
that pushes
MD
it
of
up.
Investec. It's a regulated, legitimate business.
Yeah, so
Somebody did say it's possible that the more deals you make, you get
commission.
like a commission
Yeah.
for every deal
Incentives.
But that's like almost 1,000% in
that's crazy.
commission.
Hello,
you
there's
make.
13th check.
Or maybe the 1.1 would have been maybe the bonus at the end of the
Exactly,
year.
13th check.
Yeah.
Incentives.
So I'm more compelled to think a 1.1 is a annual bonus for performance. Then like commission, like look, it's an investment company. You're not really working with commission, you know, but you can work on a performance. You can get a performance bonus.
Was that 1.1 million per month?
That's what
Per annum.
that's what
That's
the
what they
report
said.
said. But it's,
Per month.
But I didn't.
Korwatji.
I didn't believe that. By the way, so when you're telling me a payslip has about 100, I'm more compelled to believe that.
Yeah.
Than I am to believe that he was making 1.1 from Investec
My
as
God,
a
that's
MD.
like about 13.2 million a year
Yeah, and I mean,
It's possible.
from just investing.
no,
It's
it's
possible.
not. No, because Investec is
Daar's
a
mense
big
wat
company.
pay
Nee,
nie.
ons verstaan. Maar Namibia is still not as big as the markets in South Africa and the markets in the UK where Investec is currently. So that's what I'm saying. I'm more compelled to believe a 1.1 would be a bonus. That I can believe.
Performance bonus at the end of the year,
That I
maybe.
can.
Yeah.
Because you are cutting deals, right? However you're cutting them, you're cutting them. That I'm more compelled to believe. And then a 1.1 is MD.
Every month.
Every month. That I can't. Yeah, something doesn't sound. It doesn't register correct with me.
Nah, proceed. You're just gonna lead us. You're gonna keep us sticking to the same discussion.
Okay, but okay.
Because it's
Why don't you propose the next subject?
He
Okay,
knows.
Neville-
We prepped for it before you got here.
Neville wants to talk about Honorable Swart Boy. Okay, Honorable Swart Boy is also making news this morning. Is also in. I'm going to actually just band the two stories together, and then we can talk about it. The first one is on the front page of Son. Yeah. Swart Boy awakening sleeping lions. All right, the Namibian National Liberation Veterans Association, NNLVA, says Landless People's Movement LPM leader Bernardo Swart Boy is awakening sleeping lions by calling founding President Sam Nujoma a thug and a liar in the National Assembly last week. All right, rest assured that we still have the energy to liberate our nation from all sorts of intimidation. This is not a threat, but a warning, and it should be taken very seriously. It is a threat. NLVA President Ben Shikongo said yesterday, as battle-tested combatants and commanders of the liberation struggle, no one should expect us to sit idle when our hard-won independence and peace that we bitterly fought for is torn up by yesteryear reactionaries and tribalists who lack an understanding of the country's liberation history. He added, calling Dr. Nujoma a thug and a liar in parliament is unpardonable and must be vehemently condemned.
Okay. Now,
on the other hand, my anger is righteous, says Swart Boy.
Yeah.
All right. Seriousness is needed to solve Namibia's mountain of challenges, says LPM leader Bernardo Swart Boy. The myriad of problems confronting Namibians, ranging from rampant corruption, unemployment, landlessness, and inequality, cannot be addressed with a smile. LPM leader Bernardo Swart Boy has charged, right? Swart Boy was speaking at a press conference in the capital on Thursday, convened to clear the air around the conduct of LPM members in the National Assembly, characterized as unruly by Speaker Peter Kashabibi. Swart Boy said he has righteous anger, and creating a new Namibia required a different strategy.
Can I just ask you guys a question?
Question.
What is the difference between a threat and a warning? Because to me it sounds like the same thing.
It's tomato.
Hey, I'm warning you. Maria, I'm warning. Hey, exeo ne?
I think,
how is that? There's no difference between a threat and a warning. It's the same thing to me.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm trying to sort of check the different ways, the different contexts in which you can use it.
Yeah.
But they are closely tied to each other.
It's closely
like
tied.
I can say,
I
I can warn you that. Luister, Neville, ek waarsku jou net hy agtertyer van jou lykie mooi nie. Of ek kan vir jou Neville, dis wat is 'n threat? 'n Dreigement.
Dreigement.
Wat is 'n dreigement?
It's a threat.
Like I surprised myself with my Afrikaans.
Dreigement.
Surprise me with the Afrikaans because it reminds me that I'm still behind.
Excuse me, you've pepped up the last 2-3 weeks.
Ja,
I'm telling you.
Die muur is wit.
Die muur is wit. So
this whole issue, I feel, is just pulling us backwards. Now you've got people throwing threats at each other, people threatening violence. I mean, trained combatants.
Trained combatants.
I do not understand.
We are ready.
So what do you want to do? You want to start a civil war because...
With who?
Because Honorable Swart Boy called our founding father. By the way, it's not just your founding father; it's all of our founding father, the founding father of this nation. Because Swart Boy said
Number one.
said what he said.
Now, yesterday, there are certain people who will remain nameless. Yesterday on social media, somebody posted a statue of the late Herero Chief Hosea Kutako. But you can see the underlying way it was posted. It's like, our father, our hero, Hosea Kutako. Now then you start seeing the comments coming through. Yes, the real founding father. Yes, our father. Yes, the one and only one. So I just posted there on that person, julle begin ander goed hê hierson nie. So you can hear the underlying conversation going on between people.
But those are the things that are going to tear us up. As I mean, when we're standing with nation building, if Hosea himself knew that, there's a job that needs to be done which I cannot do, but I will pass my blessing on, or whatever it is that happened between him and the founding father. If Hosea himself knew that, why will you now come stand and say no? Disney founding father and Dawes founding. That is just net nonsense. Is
yeah, it's like how Oppo was actually founded by Toivo.
Yeah.
Not Nuyoma.
Tate Nuyoma.
Yeah.
But I don't ever see like up until his death.
Yeah, Toivo saying,
Toivo ever came here. It actually ain't like Oppo that eventually became Swapo was founded by me.
Yeah.
You understand? It's actually a pointless discussion.
Esmos, elke ene soek mos sê.
Yeah.
Dis alles soek net nonsense.
Place in the sun.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so I do agree, guys. I think we shouldn't add fuel to this because we are a peace-loving nation. I think everybody has their opinion about people and issues in the country, and
30 years, right? At 30 years. Those of you who have not been part of nation building before, those of us who have, let us tell you. At the age of 30 as a nation, right, guys, there are some things that we're going to have to accept, even though we might not necessarily agree on, for the good of our country, for the good of our people.
But I still remain of the opinion that, and I mean, I've gone on record, you guys know how I feel about the founding, but even that does not mean it's all hands off.
Yes.
That's
ridiculous.
The assumption that there are certain people in society that should not be criticized, cannot be criticized. It's a load of nonsense. Like anybody, if there are merits to it, if there's something that warrants criticism, if there's something that warrants, then, take it.
No holy cows
in
Namibia.
Yeah.
None.
I mean, I was first of all, I was taken aback some time back when Julius Malema in South Africa started criticizing Mandela. Because for me, Mandela was also hands off. You don't talk about Roy Tlatla. You leave Roy Tlatla alone.
Very strong,
But Julius Malema gave us accounts, systematic accounts as to why he sees Mandela where Mandela faulted. And you had to look back and you say, wow, you know what, as sentimental as I feel about Mandela, it's true. That's it. And it's probably the same. Obviously, Swart Boy uses stronger tones at this moment in time, but like you rightfully say, there shouldn't be a hands-off to anybody in this country.
I mean, Mandela is an icon.
Yeah.
Not just in South Africa, not just in SADC, but worldwide.
Globally, yeah.
And they were calling him a traitor.
Yes. Yeah. You're calling him a traitor.
That you made the wrong call.
Yes.
You made concessions.
Yes, and these are the people that he was leading.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, ons is bietjie sensitive hierso. Glenda Bailey says the trained combatants are ready for the grave. Let them just sit down. Not my handwriting.
Hey, Glenda. Lossy top is 8.
Pau Daddy, it's a Cubase, lees the comments.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Stivovo Sabata. Friendly warnings exist, as ye say, as a belief. Hou op toch. Hush puppy. Hush puppy. Okay.
Was that Nigerian guy?
Yeah. Hush puppy basically means fried dough junkies. Hush puppy is nie maklik nie. So Hush puppy is a guy who scammed governments or something like that from Nigeria.
He's been scamming people for years, living very luxurious lifestyle, posting it on Instagram. I think the FBI had been checking him for a while, and guys,
like this catfish account still exists. I've been receiving a lot of friend requests from people who should not even know that I exist on Facebook. It's quite interesting, though.
Yeah, I don't know how people are so gullible. Anyway, that's
no, but like I haven't.
Let me not go into that topic.
I haven't been catfished in a long time. I think I'm going to engage one of them in conversation just to make sure
I saw one that was saying invest 600 and I'll give you 800. The girl was like, okay, do this, invest for me. And because he said I think invest 600,000. Okay, fine, invest for me 600, and when I get my 1,200,
I'll give you.
You can take extra 200, so you can take 800 and give me.
Quiet.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Quiet.
Say no, but you're almost telling me guaranteed I'm
exactly.
going to make the double tomorrow, by tomorrow. So
help me out first.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Maybe let's just let como smack myself. Simon Amshira, Swapo and Honorable Swartboy Pau Denny. Cubase, do you know a Nigerian guy who scammed European governments? His name is Hush Papi. Hush Papi. All right. Martin Emutoni. Guys, this is the last time we're touching on this. Okay, because even for me, it's getting tiring, and I don't tire for anything. I guess a long-distance donkey. Martin Emutoni, talking of James's payslip, Maria, what was your pocket money or girlfriend allowance 4 years ago?
I promise you, it's just a matter of time before you guys ask me how many times a week I was paying. Don't ever feel entitled to my life. No, we're addressing it. But like, I'm an open book, but don't take advantage. I still have my things that are mine, for Stanjay. So, yeah. Frama, I don't have to give you an answer. Whether there was a girlfriend allowance, whether there wasn't one.
First
of all, it's not 4, it's 5 years ago. But apart from all of that, it's nie jou besigheid.
Yeah.
I'm not under investigation.
Yeah.
So
play in your
I hope that answers your question.
Okay, Maximus Instigator, Holy Boy, they should use the farm for something that will generate money at least. And they should employ kids or wives of those who lost their jobs. Why not
You're asking for too much.
Wait, why not those who lost their jobs? Why their kids or their wives? It's still labor. Yeah, no, it's like, so I get fired, now you have to hire my children and my wife. Why can't you just hire me again? Okay, anyway. Honorable Puma Kim, keep those men in jail. It's really serving nothing. Keeping them in jail is really serving nothing. They are still useful to this Namibia. Seize some of their assets that will help the Namibian people.
Okay.
Moro Crew, I am watching on the sidelines today. I know why. That's Mutatio Castans. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Say bangovan.
Yeah.
Vejos, trucos. Oh, Esau says others involved should be arrested too. Is that an admission of guilt?
Did he say that?
I don't know. I didn't hear that as well. Gaubi Ipinge. Neville, what do you mean funny money? Or you mean fun rot mula?
Okay, fun rot.
There's no rot. It's just fun.
Yeah.
The Roviera Meria should not even be entertaining such questions or comments.
Thank you. I really should not. And I promise you, moving here, I actually really will. I mean, feel free to ask, but I will ignore it next time. But that particular question has been popping up in the comments for a couple of times. Every time almost we bring up the issue, and we somehow never get to it. So I figured let's just get it out of the way. All right, it's been addressed. Don't ask it again. Carson, you can ask me what. Never mind.
Ask me about funny money.
Neville. How much funny money do you get a year?
No, this year I didn't get any funny money.
No,
nobody got money for anything.
No.
How much funny money did you get from Ministry of Fisheries, Fishco, Investec? What was Gustavo's company?
No, from Fishcore I got money. From Fishcore I got funny money.
Yeah.
There I got funny money.
The other one's not. Fisheries?
Fisheries, yes, I got some funny money.
Some gigs?
Yes, that's most all funny money.
Yeah, Investec?
Imagine you get another fisheries gig and you make jokes about the fisheries.
I will not be able to host such an event. They will not even give it to me.
I think you should one. Just
if they sit around the table and they discuss, okay, we are having this event.
entertainer, master of ceremonies, Neville Basso. Hey, Neville Basso, hi. That one is a problem.
No. I think I would also decline such an event because I will not be able to be myself. How can you literally have to gag yourself?
That would have been.
This is like the land of milk and honey. This is the event to talk about the stuff. Maar jy mag nie praat nie. Nee, wat.
Jy vra die ouens, jong, so hoeveel van julle het toch quotas is on die
No, sorry. Liva Hiske says, Mary, 1 + 1 = 2. Women, don't be so defensive about your past. People are just joking. Please, Desneta Guara, listen, and understand what you're saying, right?
Who's this?
Liva Hiske. Let me tell you, fish rot is a very sensitive issue. So for you, it's a joke. It's a ha-ha thing, right? But because it is actually the biggest corruption case in this country. Polly will never see anything to this magnitude, right? When there is subtle jabs or attempts, right, to make you also appear corrupt, then it's no longer really a joke. And I challenge anybody that was in my position to say, well, just laugh it off. It's not, and I can take jokes, but some of it is not ha-ha.
But they have to be funny.
Yes, they actually have to be funny. Yes.
Funny money. Carson, the honest things you guys are saying. Did you forget how Max Hamada lost his Informanté job?
I'm Guru.
You just reminded me.
Okay, we're going to keep quiet from now on.
Wie is die?
Carson. Is
Ja,
that?
nee, is waar, Jelle.
Rovera, Maria should not
Hey,
even-
Carson,
Ja,
hey, gaan,
ek
man.
het klaar dat jy gelees, ja? Entertaining such questions or comments. Mutago Kamba, founding uncles have spoken. Founding uncles. So we have founding fathers, founding uncles, where are the founding aunties? Was ons nou? Lucas Omdu. Alright, Neville, what do you really mean by funny money?
Toch, man.
He tells jokes and he gets paid.
Yo. Yes,
The
like.
money comes because of his funny.
Yo.
Add one together and get two. Castro Paul, but some jokes can taint people's reputations.
Very true.
Yes, there are. That is true. That is true. Helmut van Beek, Morokeni, Namibian politics is young and growing. That's why people take things as personal attacks if criticized in an invalid manner.
But what a time to be alive, right?
Yeah.
Don't you feel, I don't know, like, am I the only one that feels like there's been a shift, whether good or bad? I don't know, right? Because of obviously there's an element of like popularism, which I'm not a huge fan of, but there's
But
also
it's in
like
the air.
robust discussions that are taking place.
Yeah.
So it's like you're taking the good and the bad, I guess. But I just, what a time to be alive.
By the way, in some entertainment news, Kanye West is running for president, guys.
It's not even an actual. Look, I said it. I said, look, since you already have a clown for a president, might as well bring the whole circus home. It's at this point, even Kim Kardashian can run, really.
What is your take on this?
Look, what am I supposed to say?
I personally think the reason why, and I saw this the other day, and I do agree with it. The reason why Kanye West is running for president, okay? Because we must remember this guy is a Trump supporter.
Yes.
He's a Trump supporter. So he knows that the Joe Biden vote would be a strong vote. So for him being black, and unfortunately, there will be, voters who will ride on the, my Negro, he's young, he's
Nobody says
progressive.
Negro anymore.
Yeah, or whatever. They foresee to take votes away from Joe Biden to minimize Joe Biden's vote. That puts Trump still in a very, very strong position to retain the presidency.
But wait, isn't Kanye a Republican?
He's a Republican.
Okay, so
I don't think he's a because he can probably
No,
run
it's
as an
something. But
independent
if he's
candidate.
running as if he's a Republican and he wants to run, how does that take?
Independent candidate.
Yeah, he's running as an independent.
Yes, but more for the Republicans. So
But-
the
but-
Democrats would not. I don't think the Democrats would go for Kanye West.
He'll get the black vote. That's what he's
I don't
counting.
even think so because he's been problematic to the black people. So
Yeah.
I think if anything, he could take away votes from the Republican votes, not necessarily from the.
Like, look,
Oh,
I-
hell
Black
no.
folks will.
Oh heck!
Damn.
we thought nobody would vote for
crowd.
Donald Trump. That
Yeah.
country is just something else.
Look, what I'm saying is black people
Yeah.
that are already not voting for Trump will definitely not vote
For Kanye. They would rather go for
They
Biden.
would rather go for Biden unless it is a black Republican, right? That was already going to vote for
Trump.
For Trump, then we'll go with the option of Kanye. I really don't think he has that much power to take away from people. Like Democrats are very clear in that and this is somebody that has aligned himself very well, positioned himself with the president, Kanye. He's supported Trump. He said like
Him and
slavery
that
was a choice. Yeah, him and Candace.
Slavery
He said
was a choice.
He's made some very problematic
Jeez,
utterances.
I remember, yes.
Yes, that a
That's
lot
what
of
he
black
said.
people that put off a lot of black people. The only people that could defend him, actually, and I saw the people that did defend him, were the Republicans. Were even the black Republicans. Even Candace came and try and justify what he said having merits, you know. So, like I said, I think people that are supporting Joe Biden are like very clear in that support. You know, they would definitely not take, because they see Kanye right now as they do Trump. Sorry. So yeah,
guys, and that's I'm so disappointed in Kanye West because after his slavery comment, it's like somebody would say here in Namibia, apartheid was a choice.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
it's-
had to.
it's
You had,
fundamentally so many
you
things
had,
wrong with it.
You had a choice as a black person to submit to apartheid
Yeah.
or not. That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah.
And for him to say something like that, you know, from a point of privilege or from a position of privilege, and not understanding what black people go through in America is really beyond me. Seriously, he's artistic. I mean, he just became a billionaire about a few months ago. All of that, all good for him, but he's not a guy I respect.
But Kanye has I don't want to say undiagnosed, but he has mental issues.
Oh yeah, he's got mental issues.
Are we
Since
really
his
going
mother
to
died.
blame it on the mental issues?
No, it could be.
I'm saying there are a lot of people that function in a society that have mental issues. You
I
understand?
mean, he also functions. He makes good music, but
Yeah.
Yes, but then he
This
says
is
things
just-
like slavery is a choice. This is not mental health issue.
Politics
issues.
is outside his realm of
Yeah.
expertise.
I mean,
And
if
he
you
has
It's
look
entry.
at
popularism.
So, man, I love this man.
It's I mean, American politics for me is just, it's wild. I mean, just look at the president and you just know it's preposterous. And for me, it is. So,
the land of opportunity.
To even hear that Kanye wants to run just did not surprise me. It's like it's the USA.
But I remember he had mentioned it long before, I think even before Trump ran for president, that he also wanted to run. Hy wat Kanye is. En ons het almal gecheck, hy
Man,
grap
he is
jazz.
dumb, man.
Yeah.
Go make beats for Jay-Z, Nick.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Niggas from Paris. Niggas in
Alright,
Paris.
let's read a few comments before we step out of the
Sharp,
studio.
sharp.
Castro Paul, Helmut van Wyk, don't give Swart Boy ideas, bruh.
Okay.
It's because Helmut said, well, if they made Trump president, anyone can become president of USA, even Swart Boy. Robert,
No? Anybody. It's what did you have a comedian that won in is it Ukraine?
in Ukraine,
Ukraine,
yes.
yes.
Yeah. So never think about it. Next time independent candidates never.
It's all right.
Hey, if-
People will vote for you. Never even I would vote for you.
yes, I would also vote for you.
I will mess this country up like a cup of coffee.
No, you need
No, I mean
you
you
surround yourself with the right team, then you.
Yes,
Yeah, politics. I hate politics. Not my thing.
I bang om so to say because
But
then
I
there,
think
there
actually-
are no gigs coming from
I actually
government.
think
anymore.
by the way, I think people that hate politics make better leaders.
Yes, the best leaders are always, they have to be forced into those leadership positions.
Yes,
yeah.
The Tomal Wendus then.
Yes, or the Tomal Wendus of the world.
True,
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
The Kalish led one is okay. Okay, I'm not.
Kali is German.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's something different.
I gave an example, not him specifically. We can't have a German. Yes, forget it. But you know what I mean.
Kali is German. Kali wants to do things by the book because he's German. Everything must be in the boxes. Yeah, forcing the technique. That is why it will work. But no, not president.
Unless you're doing a skit where you're imitating. Where you're imitating Kali.
Lees die comments, laat ons gaan asseblief.
Nee, ons kan net gaan.
Nee, lees die comments. You die mense, you neglected them.
I did not.
You did.
Okay, Des van Wyk. Personally, Obama should be re-elected. And let Kanye remain singing his
They didn't kill a lot of us.
cynical songs. Obama was not necessarily all saint as well.
No, of course.
Yes.
He killed our leader, Libya. Don't ever forget. That
I will
Gaddafi
never forget that.
Was killed on the instructions of Obama.
Yes.
Don't go there.
Yes.
Please. I don't care for it.
I have no respect for
me,
Obama.
I think the last
because
president
of
I
it.
kind of liked, and yes, even though there was this, it was probably Bill Clinton, even though it was
The first-
I did not.
The first black president.
Yeah, America's first black president.
Bill.
Bill Clinton. That's my
After
guy.
that, I had high hopes for Obama. I liked his wife, so, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Leba Hiskia, one thing I learned in life, never take life too serious. If you take it serious, you die. If you don't take it serious, you still go. I'm just kidding. That was from Kaza song. Anyway, never take life too serious. People will always pick on you because some people are just here to annoy people until their cause. Believe me, laughing things away make people... Hey, I did not say comment go away. Laughing things away make people less picky on you. We have sick people that pick only on short-tempered people. Okay. Cornelius Ulrich. Dat is Deutsch. Isaacs. There's a big difference between warning and threatening. Jy waarsku iemand om dit nie weer te doen nie.
Okay.
That's a warning.
Okay.
En threat is wanneer jy iemand dreig en dit sal nooit dieselfde wees nie.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if you say something and I say, continue talking, I'm warning you, I'll take you to court.
Yeah.
Is that a
No, but that can also be a threat.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Is
I'm
that-
going
is
to
that a
take you to
warning?
court.
Because it's like, for me, it's the fine line.
Because like what you would say to...
I'm threatening you with legal action.
Like if you would say
but
now
I'm
to...
warning you not to do something.
Yeah.
What's really the difference?
What is this guy's name who asked that question again?
Cornelius Ulrich.
No. I'm
Isaacs.
talking about the habitual line step who keeps on poking at Maria every time.
Simon.
Yeah.
Oh, which one? I think Simon
What's
was
his-
the one who was speaking on Marriott.
Okay. So that would be a warning. You're warning him to stop this.
But you're also threatening him with legal action.
You're threatening him with... Yeah, I don't see the difference between it.
Ek sien ook nie verskil.
Kapena
My
verskille.
Engels is nie ons.
The words are almost interchangeable. They don't mean exactly the same thing, but their meanings are close enough to each other that you can interchange them
Kyk soos in...
without
But
losing
I'm sure
the
if you went
essence.
to warning and you said synonym of warning, I'm sure threat would come up there. So.
Kyk as jy in
Ele kom ek check.
in Tamaranama sê as jy iemand verder sê, dit sê dit sê. Dit sê dit sê. Kyk as 'n Tamara vir jou sê dit sê dan moet jy weet, you know, it's a veiled threat and a warning. Mos jy onyenda kunami, moshiriro.
Okay, so a warning is
Onyenda kunami. Yeah. It's the same
a
thing.
warning is like a cautionary advice. Okay.
A warning is
Advance-
more friendly.
It's an advance notice of something.
Yeah.
So it's an advance notice of something. Okay, sharp. That is a threat. Okay, so you guys remember that explanation, no? Sommige ons het nou internet at the
At the tip
touch
of our hands.
touch of
our
a button.
fingers.
So threat is a statement of an intention to inflict pain, injury, damage, or other hostile actions on someone to retribution for something done or not done. So, but then it says similar warning. Threat. So, synonym for a threat is warning.
Okay.
Kapena verskille.
Case closed. Maria 9 out of 10. Cubase 8 out of 10. Neville 2 out of 10.
That's it.
Listeners, ungraded.
Yeah. Time.
Landuleni Rebo. Come on, verbal warning. Cubase read.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Cubase read my SMS. What SMS?
Check up your phone.
SMS.
My phone late. I can't. It's besig om te charge. Okay, nee, kom ons gaan guys.
Thank you so much, guys. See you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of the Tuesday. Ons is weer terug môre. Met meer lekker nuus. Vandag is Fiti in die Kotsen.
Oh, Fiti is in court today.
Yes. So
I just said it. It said like
Neville.
30 minutes ago.
No.
Neville is like your 6-year-old
Australian court.
attention span.
Okay, I need to like give it away, right? So Neville is like probably on like 20 WhatsApp groups. I'm not even kidding. Could be more, right?
No, 20 WhatsApp groups are too
10
little.
men.
Too little.
It's too little. It's on a lot of. I even see, what school did you go to? Class of 1965. What?
Augustinium.
Yeah, 1990. I
1990.
matriculated in 1990.
Yeah, there's even class of
Ah,
1990.
Neville. Yeah, nee, Jace.
You Negroes were not born.
There's a group for what is your car? A is it Chrysler driver?
Chrysler Group.
How many groups are you on?
Elisa Naim.
Just work.
Huh?
Outside work, nothing. Outside work, I mean Me Too movement. I mean Informanté.
I thank you.
I mean the morning mix, like work groups.
I mean,
Nothing.
I think
like the NAM presidency, like those groups that's work related. That's it.
I'm like outside of the groups here of like our groups. I think I'm like in one group with my
I'm not even
college
on the
friends.
I'm not even on the family group, bro.
No.
Why are you not on the family group? It's family.
If there's something you want to tell me, tell me. I don't have time for the nonsense that goes on in family groups.
Maria, for instance, you know what? I hardly see my I don't often see my brothers and sisters. So, and about a year ago, I decided to start a siblings WhatsApp group. Just my massa kinders. Klaar. So there's a sibling group.
Is you your enigste masekant?
Nee. I got other brothers and
Jou
sisters.
ma se enigste kind. Nie jou enigste.
Your ma se enigste kind.
No.
You're not an only child with your mother?
No. I have a late brother who passed away in 2003, and then I have another brother and two sisters.
From your mother?
From my mother's side.
Okay, all right.
Okay. So the four of us who are left, we have our own WhatsApp group. So as ons nie mekaar sien nie, hoe lyk dit? Guys, love you. Have a blessed week. Klaar. We just communicate like that.
In plaas van net die persoon bel en sê.
Nee. Sometimes there's no time to call. Okay.
There's always time to call. You just don't have time to call. But anyway, what I'm saying is, so Neville is on 20 plus WhatsApp
I
groups.
think 50.
So when he's here, sometimes he goes on his phone. I know you guys have noticed this. And the skinner stories what in call. But if he takes the bait for one of them, his mind is off. So even when I'm saying today Fit is going to make say mind us.
Nah, because if you guys, Maria, if we would sit here talk about sport, you would drift out. You will listen a while and then you would drift out.
So these are not topics that.
No. Like the SO story now, okay? There's okay, yeah, okay. Okay, is no na, okay, is no klaar, okay, is no klaar.
Yeah.
Okay? So because your passion is politics and obviously the news of the day, so you can talk and listen and talk. Engage all the time about that topic.
What is your passion?
Yes, actually, what is your passion?
Let's talk about that tomorrow.
I got different passions, but my tolerance for politics
is very little.
Is very, very little. Any discussion around social politics is like this. So even my vocabulary is limited to this. But my English is better when I talk about
sport
Other stuff.
or other stuff.
Central Grootwinkel.
Of you understand.
Speaking of sports, Arsenal plays Leicester tonight. How are you feeling about
that?
it?
Mugu who posted that. I know. He posted it. Gaan speel fair. Ja.
Julle kry weer julle se nanas vanaand.
Dis sharp. Ons
Have a
wen
lovely
vanaand.
Tuesday, guys.
Cheers, guys. Finally we're stepping out of the studio. Enjoy the rest of the day. Don't forget, 12 to 1, Meneer Dirk Kleinschmidt is on the hour right here on Informanté Radio. You can stream that live on Informanté Radio's Facebook page as well. We out.
Every day we bring you the hottest music. And some outrageous conversations.
Ek het nou amper iets gesê. So, are you saying Namibian men were not romantic?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Huh?
Yes.
Why? What are the values of Namibian men? Is there anything good about us?
Yeah, I'm striking a black.
She is striking a blank.
You know what?
Let's get to the real thing. The Morning Mix on Informanté Radio. The sound for a new age.